Yo, 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 it's your boy Nick from Intune ATL. Today I have the special pleasure of interviewing Husani Asscher of Oberon Asscher. How you feeling, my man?
I'm feeling good, man. Ready to build these Legos. How about you?
Yeah, I feel great, man. Thank you for inviting me. With that, I want to get into your collection brick by brick. Obviously, your whole set design is really intentional. But why now? Why now did it feel like time to release your newest collection?
I feel like we just at that spot. Like, man, we not where we want to be, but like where we at, we got a store, we got people in the city across the United States wearing our clothes, but it's still brick by brick. We lay the brick every day to get to where we at right now. So, and then it's also like right now, like we got a brand identity of like being downtown, like shooting downtown, like it's like having clothes and being inspired by downtown, like the tall buildings, the bricks, the concrete, it's everything outside. You know what I mean? So I feel like that it kind of go with the brand as well. You know what I mean?
Definitely. Yeah, let's get into building. It's like I see it again.
What you gonna build over there, man?
I don't know. I think I'm gonna build a little camera. They got a cool looking camera lately. I've been into photography, so
yeah. You know I'm a good photographer as well too, right?
Of course. I've been shooting out film lately. I know I hold it down with the digital.
Yeah.
How long you been shooting, man?
I got the camera probably like 2014, but I really started shooting in 2018, 17. I was forced to shoot, and I started getting good. Worked at Camcorder Studios. Then my boy, he signed with the Raiders, and then I moved to the West Coast. And the West Coast kind of influenced like my style and like when I curate clothes and everything like that. So that just living out there for like 3-4 years, it kind of definitely influenced like how the creativeness behind like everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Going to the title for Brick by Brick, I know a lot of people don't understand the process that it takes of building a brand. So can you explain maybe how you form your brand and just kind of the process that it took to get your brick and mortar here out in Atlanta?
Basically, really just manifestation, you know what I mean? Talking about it, saying I want it, and then the opportunity was right there. So I mean, I jumped on it. You know what I mean? Like just having people in your corner that love you, that want to see you do good, and then they just have the opportunity right there for you. You know what I mean? So
when I want to get into like assembling your team, because obviously, you know, we like to think that you can do it all yourself in this game, but it does take people, you know, being on the same page and everything. So when you're assembling your team, how much thought goes into like, you know, who does what? How do you delegate? Like,
so
who to a point where?
Like we had so many members, like, you know, past members of like Oberon, just starting from the beginning. We started in 2014, you know what I mean?
Right.
So of course we had all my friends involved with it on campus, and just, you know, back then it was just friends, but then after a while you get friends that like can actually like that's committed to it, that will actually listen, and that's, you know, that actually loves the brand and will do some work for it other than just doing, you know, small things. And then so I'm a Kappa, so like majority of my team were my frat brothers, so we got a lot of love for each other. So they helped me out a lot. You know, I feel like the only person that's like, you know, that's still helping out like day to day is Casey, and he was there from the beginning. But over time, you just get new people. You get people that's good at different things, and we got to this point, and now we adding on more people. Like, you know, just as far as like just like you, I feel like you can like eventually like you'll be part of the team like in a way, you know what I mean? Because now I have to get people like tech designers, people that know how to create different stuff, different people that do graphics. Now that we're putting out more clothes, we need more than one graphic designer. We got to have people that know how to like the way clothes is, the way we're evolving and like we building brick by brick. We got to have people that actually know how to make tech packs, make clothes, you know, and like, you know, just people that's more creative, you know what I mean? I feel like my team right now, they're good at a lot of things, but like now I'm looking for, I want to be around more creative people, you know what I mean?
I'm going through the same process right now. So I appreciate you. It's truly a blessing to speak with you and do this collab. I would definitely say you've done a great job at building community. That's something that I would say is probably one of the best aspects about your brand. I feel like anytime I pop in the shop or anytime, you know, I go on Instagram and you're posting content, it's just a strength in community. How do you go about building your presence, and how do you continue to get your name out there?
So basically, man, I can go anywhere and make a connection with somebody. I feel like my team was big. I feel like my team was big on this, having starting a community, because I feel like the brand has been around since 2014. So it's people that actually that's seen the growth. So they love the brand. We invite them to events, and I feel like my team, we're just good people and like to have fun and like to be around people. So it's easy to like us. And so we're at a point now where if you see the clothes, you're like, oh, you probably feel like you're part of, that community. You know what I mean? That's where we at right now. I want to probably expand more than that to where it's like, okay, everybody know about it. But, I just feel like we good people. We like to have a good time. We treat people with respect. And, it's all about community.
Yeah, no, you say you've been around since 2014. That's incredible that you're doing your thing now, almost 10 years later. So, I guess, what's your proudest moment as a creative? And two-part question: what separates this collection from ones of the past?
So which one you want to know first? Like, what makes me happiest? Like, what's my proudest accomplishment?
Your proudest accomplishment.
So I mean, it kind of go like brick by brick. I don't think I can say I have a proudest accomplishment. I just keep amazing myself with different things, and it's like our success has been gradual. It's never been haven't been too many crazy jumps. It's just been gradual, brick by brick. You know what I mean? Gradual things. You know what I mean?
I almost feel like it's better that way.
Yeah. I feel like this probably might be my most favorite accomplishment. Like doing rollouts. That's I figured that's one thing I kind of fell in love with, the marketing of everything. Yeah.
Where does that come from?
The marketing.
Yeah, like where do you get your I could tell you're a student of the game. So who are some of your favorite brands that you grew up on, or who are some people that you study to learn from, in this fashion?
So since we started, I've always looked up to bigger brands. I always wanted, because people make brands and it just be their name on the shirt. So we always wanted to do something that you can walk into a store. That was our motto. If you see this shirt and you see it in the store, you'll want to buy it. It's not just some t-shirt. That's what the level we were on. So I always look up to bigger brands. I think at first probably it was the Hundreds. I read his book. It was good. I read Phil Knight's book, Shoe Dog. It was really good. And I just got done reading Dior book by Christian Dior. So each one of those books, it tells you different ways to run a fashion company. And a mixture out of all of those, it really shows me how, different processes. And I just take from all those. And a couple current brands that I like Kith. I like Aimé Leon Dore. Those are brands that I really like. I think Kith has a community. I mean, not Kith, but Aimé Leon Dore has a community base with it.
Definitely. It's a little wine tasting thing recently, right?
Oh, that did really good. I feel like that's the second. We did a wine tasting and we did a juice tasting. And I really part of me, I want to give back to the world, just share my light and just any platform I can to help other people, And both times the girls said it kind of activated they've been doing more pop-ups and getting more money with theirs, and really just, it kind of gave them a boost. So I'm like, okay, I like that. And that also goes with the community aspect of everything.
I guess I kind of want to know just what are some of the pros and the cons of being a business owner and just being in streetwear? Because I feel like people see the high highs, but they don't always necessarily see the low lows. So if you can talk to the people, talk to your supporters, what are some things that you can give them, some insight on that?
If you really want to be in the clothing business, I mean, it has a lot of changes, because we've been doing this for 10 years, and back when we started, it was just printing graphics on t-shirts, and right now it's definitely not that. You know what I mean? Right when I started, it was just, like I said, printing on t-shirts, but now it's okay, I've learned so much about different, just making clothes, the whole process, reading those books is just, you got to learn to adapt. It's always a problem, and I think that's with every business. but it's like, it's always a problem you just gotta solve it, you know what I mean? And maybe the hardest problem is getting people to buy it. You know, just people, you know, I know people that make dope clothes, but don't nobody know about it. You know, so that's probably the hardest part right there.
I actually think that's something you do really well, though, as far as your marketing, as far as your rollout.
Right.
I think that's something that you do really well and something that separates you from a lot of brands in Atlanta. Actually, do you feel like Atlanta's embraced your brand?
And no, I don't. No, not for real. Like in some people in some ways, like, but it hasn't really like, you done, huh? You cheated, man. But it hasn't really embraced me for real. I don't know if I'm looking for it just from Atlanta, you know. I'm thinking bigger than Atlanta.
Yeah.
But I do love the city, but I don't feel like we've really been embraced, and then it's not really a staple like I want it yet, you know. Yeah.
Well, I think it's coming. I think that if you continue to do what you're doing for long, you're going to be where you want to be, I guess.
Right.
How do you stay hungry, though? Because it sounds like you're the kind of person that is always striving for greatness.
Man, I love this shit, you know, like, when certain people on my team, mate, you know, they not feeling it, you know, I got somebody else that's kind of keeping the motor going with me, you know what I mean? And, you know, like, some days you be out of it, but then some days it be good news, you know. Got a good ass week, like I did something good. I learned it. I feel like I learned this digital marketing shit. But then the next week, it ain't working how it was working last week, you know what I mean? Like, with just, you know, running ads and different things like that. So it's just I love it, you know? And like right now, I'm giving my all in it, you know? Like right now, it's like all or nothing, so. Yeah, so it's just the love of it, and I love it. You know, it's always something different that I love about it, you know, so that's what keeps me going.
I love that. How do you stay inspired, like, outside of work, though? Because I know you grind, and I know I see the work that you put in, but you got to be burned out sometimes. So, like, how do you stay inspired, and how do you just, like, decompress from it?
Decompress, so right now, I think I need to work on that a little bit more. But right now, I've been getting better with my spiritual life. You know, and since I've been getting back, you know, spiritual, talking to God more, I've been getting more, like, you know, like God let me know that I need to let my light shine. It was like a revelation, like revelation that I had, and it was just like multiple times, like in 1 week, I think I tweeted, Lord, be a fuel for me and let my light shine. And like I don't go to church like that, but then a pastor came to my church. Came to my store, and he invited me out, and I was like, man, I did not want to go, but I ended up going because I just felt it. And then that sermon was a revival. All the preachers talked about letting your light shine. All that was about light. And then I watched my sermon from back home, and she was talking about letting your light shine as well. And I heard it like 3 different times the whole week, you know. So I'm like, okay, this my platform right now. It might change, like, for real. You know, he doing Louis V right now. He got a big ass platform. At first it was just for real, then with BBC, and so he still got that. But like right now, this is my platform. And it's a big platform. A lot of people watching, you know. So I can use this to let my light shine through clothes. Like when people put the clothes on, they feel good and they can express themselves. You know, if you feel like these clothes you can't express yourself with these clothes, I mean, it ain't for you, but hopefully it's for some other people. You know what I mean? So one piece, a lot of people seen Nudie wear it. It's the road runners. The street runners. I'm sorry. Those right there went crazy. The black with the street design on it.
Yeah.
We got those coming in a couple more colors because, you know, I've been trying to do that design for like 2-3 years. My team been shitting on it, but we finally did it and people love it. You know what I mean? So we got those coming in more colors. We got shirts. We got another shirt that people like coming out of the graffiti tee. Got some white. I'm thinking I'm putting white tees in all our designs now, all our collections now. So we got a couple white. I got a white tee coming out, and a couple other pieces I think people are like, just some new pieces just to see how people like them, but I think they will. But it's all kind of inspired just from the city life, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I will say, like, it's so essential to have a white tee, especially in the summer.
Yeah.
One thing I like about your tees, bro, the neckline be on point.
Yeah.
Yeah. It reminds me like a Pro Club or something.
A Pro Club?
Something like that.
What is that?
Like a Pro Club tee, like out in LA, like they got the Pro Club t-shirts. They got the like thick heavyweight cotton.
Oh, yeah.
Thick neckline. Like I hate, like the Michael Jordan, like the Hanes commercials. They're talking about like the bacon neck.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Having like a shriveling neck, but obviously you blessed me with some pieces on our first collaboration, and the necklines on the tees have held up really well, and the quality is on point. So
that's what we strive. I definitely strive for that. Shout out to my boy Antonio, man. He always talk about the quality and stuff. So I see that's something important to people. So I try to make sure. Right now I'm trying to make clothes that you can wear forever. Like, we've had clothes where like it's cool for a season, but you can't wear them over now. But now, like everything we make, I want people to be able to wear all the time. Like if it's like polo, timeless pieces. That's what I'm trying to make. Yeah.
What would you say your favorite era of fashion is? 'Cause like when I go into your store, I could tell you're very influenced by the 90s, but your pieces speak to different eras. Like I've seen some workwear pieces in there that are a little more current. I've seen some old sportswear pieces. What would you say is like your main source of inspiration decade-wise?
My favorite main source right now probably is 2000s. Like early 2000s, like that's when I was a kid. That's one of them, like Hot Boys and Juveniles and all that shit. Like and like that whole era, like MTV Cribs and stuff like that. Like that's the era that I love the most. You know what I mean? But I can tell you the era that I can't really say my favorite right now. Probably is my favorite, but the era that I hate is when niggas was coming to school with the Kanye bandanas around their necks and the jerk skinny ass jeans and all that. I hate that.
Like growing up for you, did you always feel like you had a little different sauce, or like you were destined for bigger things and where you come from?
Oh yeah, my mama put that into me. I always like growing up, I was like, 'cause I'm from Albany.
Right.
And I was like, shoot, I just, where I'm from, my mom, people say that my mom has a good job, so I'm like, I can just go do that. And she was like, nah, you ain't gonna work in no factory. Yeah. So she always tried to like take me different places. So I always kind of knew, I kind of figured I would be gone, and then I'm glad I got up out of Albany, just to see different things. There's nothing wrong with it. If I go back one day, I doubt it, just because of my career field, but I'm glad I did get to see a lot of things. I'm glad I moved to the West Coast to see those different things. I'm glad I got to see how rich people live. I'm glad I got to see how West Coast people live, how they act, how they dress, just different things. You know what I mean?
Definitely. Well, man, what's next in store for the brand? I mean, aside from this dope collection, I can't wait to see. What are some future plans that you got?
Some future plans right now. Okay, next up, we got the birthday. So everybody get ready for that. That's our annual thing. I don't know if you know about it or not, but we got the birthday. It's like an annual event. We get together. I think this will be our 4th one. And we have drinks, have fun, have new clothes. After that, we just got different rollouts, just brick by brick. You know what I mean? Right now, I can't say it's some big things that we got working on, but I can't really say on camera, and I don't want to spoil it. For sure. But we do have big things that we working on. That's what we got.
Well, you got me excited. I know that a lot of my friends, after doing the collaboration, you got on their radar, but. Based on what I know and based on the quality that you put into your other collections, I know it's gonna hit. I'm excited to see, just all the crazy things that you do at the end of this year. All the steps that you continue to take, all the just progression you continue to build. As things go along, man. But it's truly an honor to be able to sit down with you and just chop it up. And yeah, man, I appreciate you, like I said, and I know the street's going like this. I think.
Yeah, man. Dope, man. Take a picture. Appreciate you coming through, man, so we can talk about the collection, man. Brick by brick. We will have it online and in the store soon. Make sure that y'all come through, check it out. Come see the new store installations and everything. And enjoy the pieces. I really think you guys will like them. Each collection getting better and better. So, yeah, love.